Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of the Good Brain Podcast by Seed Capital Incorporated, Botswana. In today's episode, we will be looking at the JPY basket and the GBPJPY. This will be quite a brief video. The only thing that I am going to break down in detail is going to be my JPY basket, right? Because we have already looked at my we have already looked at GBPJPY. I have covered it recently. I think it is one of the first YouTube videos that I dropped. So if you would like a more in-depth analysis, go back to that video. Before we get right into it, please guys, go and follow our page on Instagram. Also go and follow us on Facebook, and also go and follow us on Twitter and on TikTok. Just go and follow us everywhere. And then the most important thing, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Still 11 subscribers, every single one of them, very much appreciated. And let's get into it. Right, so I have stated that I am bearish on the Japanese yen, right? Because of the policy stance that the BOJ has taken on, right? We do know that historically, ever since the 90s, that Japan has had a growth problem, right? And they've always found themselves in a situation where they have to hyper-stimulate for growth, right? So that means that if you do have an option like raising rates, right, they think twice. They ask themselves, should we really be raising rates? Because obviously this is a big stunt on growth. Okay, let's get our midpoint. Okay, so guys, I am bearish on the JPY basket, right? My initial breakdown video, right? I think it was titled, "Is the Yen Melting?" Right? I actually wanted to see this impulsive move lower on the JPY basket, right? Where's the brush? Right. I did state, or I did highlight that we did have a slow in bullish pressure, right? So we had an indecision candlestick, right? I think at the time of analysis, it was actually before this bullish indecision candle here. It was when we had this nice looking bearish engulfing candle. And I did say that this does show bearish pressure in the marketplace, right? So a tiny gem for you guys. If we are going to respect bullish or bearish institutional order flow, right? Basically, if we are bearish, we should not most of the time, unless it is a stop hunt, right, raid the previous weekly high or violate it in any way. So we have respected it here. Then we formed a lower high, and a lower high this week, right? So I like this indecision candle because it gives us resistance, right? Especially after that nice bearish engulfing candle. Perfect. If you guys also remember from the first video, this is a level that I had highlighted, right? I did say that we are bullish above this level here, right? But now we've actually had a break, a retest of some sort before distribution low. Okay, so now Okay, and that is all that we're going to do on the JPY basket. So weekly, right? We have an indecision candle, right? So on the weekly time frame, sorry, we have an indecision candle, right, from the week before last, right? Then last week, our most recent week, we have a bearish engulfing candle, right? What we can expect is a continuation, right? Okay, let's have that as a key level to look out for. Let us see. Actually, not so bad. Okay. Okay, guys. So that is our JPY basket. We have finally broken out of this key level that I once highlighted, right? I will go and screen record and just attach the clip so that you guys see that, right? The things that we look out for as conditions for entry or confirmations, right, are things that really do play out. Plus, which does have drastic implications for the Japanese economy because this is an oil-dependent economy, right? Japan has now said that they are actually going to be sourcing their oil from Russia, right? What that does to the yen, we don't immediately know, right? So as retail traders, because we don't have that much power, right? Because we don't swing the marketplace, right? I suggest you wait for a confirmation. So let's go. Okay, so you guys get the idea. Okay. Okay, and then let's go to our JPY basket. I think this is it. Not our JPY basket, our GBPJPY. Okay. Now, this I have already analyzed. Okay. Essentially, the idea is simple, right? So now when it comes to the GBPJPY, we have had an impulsive move higher, right? So this is my idea. I have already done this, right? If you guys want to see a more detailed breakdown of the GBPJPY, how I do mark down the larger time frames, go ahead and go look at the first GBPJPY analysis video we posted, right? But as of right now, I want you guys to look at current price action, right? We started off by having an impulsive move to the upside, right? This is our daily time frame, right? We had an impulsive move to the upside, and now we seem to be accumulating, right? Now, gems, right? I always say this, guys. If we are bullish, right? If we are going to respect bullish institutional order flow, right? Unless we are experiencing a stop hunt or a stop run, we should respect the previous daily lows and highs, right? So if we are bullish, right, we expect each day to be forming a higher high or a relatively equal high, right? So this for me is more of an experienced trade, right? I do know that usually when the daily time frame looks like this, and usually when we have certain news releases out of the US and so on, right, we will generally have a very, very, very volatile GBPJPY. And that's why I'm actually going to enter this upon the open. I do believe that during our Asian session, we will have an impulsive move higher. For my conservative traders who are not sure yet, right, who still want to wait for confirmation, you can use that high as a condition for entry, right? What you can do, right, is actually wait for what's going to happen, right? So upon the open, I expect a push up. I expect us to break out of this range, right? We may get a retest of some sort, but really before continuing up, I think with significant pressure, right? In terms of fundamentals, I think we have GBP data, CPI data actually, and we also have some news out of Japan too. So volatile week coming up for the GBP JPY, and we are bullish, right? So this is my GBP JPY idea. I will also post it on my Instagram. Okay, I'll just go through the time frames so that you guys can appreciate the analysis. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. So you guys see why this level is really important, right? Right. So for my conservative guys, right, if we are truly bullish rather, right, I do know for certain, right, that we do have to trade higher low before we take it.